everyone, my name is Amanda, and today I'm here to try to persuade you all to stop smoking near newborn babies. I chose this topic for a couple reasons. First, I'm in the nursing program at the University of Pittsburgh, and I plan to work as a neonatal nurse in the NICU with newborn babies, which means I'll be dealing with a lot of babies affected by drugs, including smoke. Second, my aunt had her daughter prematurely due to smoking. I would not want to have a scare like this with my children someday, as I'm sure no one else would want to have that same sort of scare. The purpose of this speech is to try to persuade the audience not to smoke when they are pregnant, have a newborn child, or if they are in the proximity of a newborn child. And one of the major problems of society is cigarette users, especially the secondhand smoke that comes from cigarettes, that affects the newborn babies. But there is a solution to this problem. According to the CDC, since the 1964 Surgeon General's report, 2.5 million adults who were non-smokers died because they breathed in secondhand smoke. Imagine if 2.5 million adults died because they experienced secondhand smoke. A baby's lungs are still maturing. If this is affecting 2.5 million adults with strong lungs, imagine what it can do to the newborn babies. To begin, a major problem with society is secondhand smoke that comes from cigarette users. Secondhand smoke affects many people, especially newborn babies. According to Burton, babies born to mothers who smoke cigarettes may be at risk for abnormal blood pressure and heart control at birth. According to Burton, the exposed infants showed a similar trend over time. However, between 3 months and 1 year, their responses became exaggerated, with their heart rising faster and increasing by an average of 11.5% instead of the 6.5% seen in non-exposed babies before falling more quickly. When the non-exposed infants were tilted and maintained upright, sustained rises in systolic, diastolic, and mean blood pressure of 2 to 3% were seen at age 1 week, rising to 8 to 10% by 1 year as expected. In contrast, the exposed infants, the increases in blood pressure were nearly double at age 1, but failed to increase over time. Some people may believe that a little bit of cigarette smoke will do no harm, but there is no risk-free exposure to secondhand smoke. According to MLR, secondhand smoke causes numerous health problems in infants and children, including more frequent and severe asthma attacks, respiratory infections, ear infections, and sudden infant death syndrome. Smoking during pregnancy results in more than 1,000 infant deaths annually, and according to MLR, babies whose mothers smoke during pregnancy are about 30% more likely to be born prematurely. Other than secondhand smoke being a problem, the cause of the secondhand smoke is the main point of this speech. According to Hoyt, worldwide tobacco use is considered the leading preventable cause of morbidity and mortality. The most common form of tobacco use is cigarette smoking. According to Hoyt, smoking increases a person's risk for diseases such as heart disease, cancer, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. These are all very serious diseases that can lead to death. According to the CDC, chemicals in secondhand smoke appear to affect the brain in ways that interfere with its regulation of the infant's breathing. According to Burton, infants who die from sudden infant death syndrome have higher concentrations of nicotine in their lungs and higher concentrations of cotinine than infants who die from other causes. Cotinine is a biological marker for secondhand smoke exposure. So far, I have discussed the problem, the cause of the problem, and now I'm going to talk about a way that the problem can be fixed. Although smoking inhalation is a problem with newborns, there are many different ways to prevent this in the home and while out in public to keep the newborn baby safe. One way is to not allow smoking in your home, and if you have guests that smoke, you can politely ask them to do it outside. If your partner smokes, encourage him or her to quit. Do not allow smoking in your vehicle. You should also only visit restaurants and businesses that enforce no smoking policies. Finally, choose smoke-free facilities for children and aging loved ones. All of these suggestions were from medical doctor Pruthi Sandhya. One way you can make a difference in the world is to go to the CDC website, which is simply cdc.gov, type in smoking and tobacco use, and look through the calendar of all the different events and articles being held each day and month to help promote against smoking. Like I said earlier, one of the major problems with society is cigarette users, especially the secondhand smoke that affects newborn babies. With the 5 solutions provided, anyone can make a difference. One of the major problems with society is cigarette users, especially the secondhand smoke that affects newborn babies, but there is a solution to the problem. Worldwide, tobacco use is considered the leading preventable cause of morbidity, and mortality. The most common form of tobacco use is cigarette smoking. Though smoke inhalation is a problem with newborns, there are many different ways to prevent this in the home and while out in public to keep this newborn baby safe. As stated earlier, all of you have been affected by smoke inhalation in some way. It has either harmed you or someone you know. This information should be a wake-up call and make you realize how many lives are being affected by this. It should make you grit your teeth and want to put an end to it. Imagine yourself if you were to have a child or be the father of a child who was affected by smoke. The child may live or may not even take its first breath because of what you or the people around you have done to it. Whether it was you or the people around you, the baby was still affected. This should make you want to do whatever in your power to put a stop to this. I don't know about you, but I want my children to be strong and healthy little types someday. Take a stand for yourself, and when the opportunity comes by, do not pass it by. Be a better person and save a life. Thank you.